What's up, Jet Nation? We are back. The offseason is back, and the Jets have made a lot of moves this week in free agency frenzy. Bobby, Brad, and myself will be talking about why are these moves so important for this Jets team and their future. Let's get started, and Fireman, take it away.
He says, get over. He says, get on my shoulders. I go on his shoulders. It's about the Jets. It's about the 12th man. It's about the home field advantage. What we did it for, not for so much attention, but it cost the other teams a lot of time. They had to take a lot of necessary time out. I know you do. I satisfied my head in that moment. Come out the curry. Yeah, with my LoyalNYJetFans, we all at, yeah. With my LoyalNYJetFans for the Jets podcast, we all at, we all at.
What's up, Jet Nation? It was a busy week this week. I'm here with Brad, who is a LoyalNYJetFans analyst for free agency. How are you doing, Brad?
Yo, what's up, Jets fans?
You know, it was a big week. The Jets made huge signings. Give a lot of props to Mike McKinnon. But before free agency even started, Mike Magic just came out of nowhere and made a trade with the Raiders. He got an offensive line, Kalichi Azumali. What do you think about him?
I love, to be honest with you, I think that was a tremendous move, and that could turn out to be one of the most underrated moves of the entire offseason. I like him because not only is he a former All-Pro, Pro Bowler, he's huge. He brings an attitude to that offensive line. He is going to maul people over. Listen, I understand he didn't have a great year, but he was hurt last year, so he's fully healthy. I'm expecting a big year out of him, and from everything I've read from analysts everywhere, they said this guy should return to all-pro form. So if we're getting an all-pro for a 5th-round pick, sign me up.
So yeah, the Jets needed to upgrade that offensive line, and Mike McKinnon made a bold move and got the guy that we need on that offense to get that wall for Sam Darnold. But obviously we needed weapons as well. So the Jets went out and signed wide receiver Jamison Crowder. What do you think Jamison Crowder will bring to the Jets team?
Listen, if you heard me before on this show, you know that I wanted Adam Humphries. But we got Jamison Crowder, and I'm okay with that. Jamison Crowder's young. He's about 26. They signed him a 3-year contract. I love him. He knows how to be a slot receiver. He knows how to win and get open in the slot. That's going to be a tremendous help to Sam Darnold. He's going to help increase Sam Darnold's completion percentages because he knows the little ins and outs of routes and in the slot. Washington was expecting him to be a 1,000-yard receiver last year, but he got hurt. Plus the awful quarterback play, a la Mark Sanchez, Josh Johnson, Colt McCoy. So I think it's going to be a huge help for Sam Darnold and someone that's going to stick around here for a couple of years now and grow with Sam.
You know, yeah, obviously there is Golden Tate out, all these other big-name guys like Humphries, like you said. But the Jets believe Jamison Crowder. He's coming off an injury, obviously, but he is a young guy who can come in and still fit in with the Jets. But
exactly.
And then the Jets also signed Josh Bellamy. You know, he's known for his special teams work, and he would actually add another target for Sam Darnold. What do you think of Bellamy?
He's more of a special team guy than he is a wide receiver. I've reached out to one of my best friends who's a Bears fan, and he told me he's a stud special teamer, was his exact words. So think Matt Slater from the Patriots, except we have Josh Bellamy, and he's going to be our Matt Slater. So a tremendous special teams ace, and I've heard he's a phenomenal locker room guy and a great culture guy and someone that knows Adam Gase from his time together in Denver. Not only is he going to be a special teams guy, but he's going to provide experienced depth on that wide receiver depth chart. And as you guys all know, that's something that we desperately need.
And then, you know, the big-time guy, the Jets got 12 o'clock at midnight. Jets been, the fans have been waiting all day for this. The album dropped, and the Jets got the big name, the star running back Le'Veon Bell. How excited were you when Le'Veon Bell got
Ring
signed?
the bell. Mikey Mack strikes at midnight. I got to be honest. If you heard me on this show, I was against Le'Veon Bell. The reason being, before every fan criticizes me on the show, is because I was not willing to pay him $17 to $20 million per year on top of $60 million guarantees. That's all been rumored to happen. And guess what? To me, the Jets didn't do that. They paid him $13 million a year. They got him. To me, they got him at a bargain. He's the second highest paid running back in the league behind Todd Gurley. And here is my favorite part of the contract. Guaranteed only 2 years. We all know the shelf life of a running back. It's not too long. Guaranteed 2 years. You can get out of it in the third year if he's not performing. Tremendous signing by Mike McCagnon. Let's give the guy credit. Now, how is he going to help Sam Darnold? Well, for one thing, when Sam's getting blitzed because the offensive line might not be in sync, Le'Veon Bell is going to be able to be there, dump it off, and guess what? Defenses can't blitz house now because they got to count for Le'Veon Bell because he can take one pass to the house. He not only knows how to run the rock, but he also knows how to run routes like a wide receiver. It's going to be a tremendous offensive playmaker and somebody we have not had since Curtis Martin. That's also Le'Veon Bell's favorite player growing up.
The Jets got, Jamal Adams said that we needed dogs on the team. So Le'Veon Bell pretty much became the dog on offense, the weapon, the big gun. But the Jets also added a guy on the defense who was a big gun, linebacker C.J. Mosley. How excited were you when the Jets went after Mosley?
Bro, I was so hyped when they got C.J. Mosley. I didn't think the Jets were ever going to go for him. I love C.J. Mosley. C.J. Mosley was the heart and soul of the Ravens defense last year, who, by the way, was number 1. So he is a 3-down linebacker. I know everyone's complaining, we paid him $17 million a year, the highest inside linebacker in the league, 3 years, $51 million guaranteed. Guess what? This guy is a tremendous player. He made 4 Pro Bowls out of 5 years in the league. He's another young guy. So he's going to be here for a while. And guess what? He makes plays. He gets everyone lined up on the front 7 properly. He is a sideline linebacker. He can blitz. He can do it all. He's going to be an animal in Greg Williams' defense. And guess what? This guy is a good guy. This guy is a leader. And I guarantee you he's a captain from day one. A tremendous signing. I don't care about how much we paid for him because it's going to pay dividends for that defense. Now think about it this. You got a dog and a leader in the back in Jamal Adams. Now in the front, you got your other dog and your other alpha male in C.J. Mosley. It's going to be rocking on defense.
Also, like, for the defense purposes, Jamal Adams in the secondary, Marcus May is solid at safety. But there's a question at the cornerback position. Tremaine Johnson's the only guy there right now on contract. Buster Screen, they're going to walk away from. Morris Claiborne, they're going to walk away from. So the Jets added cornerback Brian Poole. What do you think about Brian Poole, and what can he bring to the Jets team?
Listen, if I was never a big Buster Screen guy. To me, the guy was a penalty machine. But Poole, listen, Poole's a good slot corner. Is he amazing? No, he's a solid slot corner. We're only paying him $3.5 million for 1 year. I think it's a great value signing. We needed someone to replace Buster. I think this guy is more than capable to do it. One of the reasons why he is here, and I guarantee you, is because he's a tremendous blitzer. And Greg Williams was knocking on the door for him. So I think it's going to be a solid move. Nothing fantastic, nothing flashy, but I think it's going to be a solid move. And he knows how to play the corner slot position, and that's all I can ask for.
So another accusation was we got our back kicker Chandler Canzero. Jets let go of Myers. They couldn't find a contract agreement. So what do you think about Chandler coming back?
To me, I look at, first of all, kickers like relief pitchers in baseball. McCagnon, say what you want, has been always able to find a solid good kicker from Fulton, Canzero, and he's had success doing it.
We're getting
so. Kessler, to me, when he was with the Jets, he was solid. He wasn't amazing, but he was solid. And that's all they asked for out of a kicker position. And the cabinet clearly doesn't value paying a high premium for a kicker. And you know what? I can't say anything because he's been gold since he's been here on kickers. So, like I said, you never know. You never know what you're going to get with a kicker year to year.
Yeah, can you just repeat that one more time? Because your connection was a little bit too bad. Can you repeat what you just said? Brad? Well, we lost Brad. I'm gonna try to get him back online.
No, it's not.
We'll be right back. What's up, Gen Nation? So sorry for the technical difficulties. We got Brad back online. So the Jets, we talked about who we signed, the new guys that we signed. Now let's talk about who we brought back. The big guy that was Henry Anderson. What do you think about bringing back Henry Anderson after a career year last year?
I love it because not only does it give you now continuity on the defensive line, but the guy was a tremendous player for the Jets. I mean, to me, he played better than Leonard Williams. The guy was a nonstop motor, 7 sacks, tied for the team lead. So I think it was a no-brainer, and I'm very happy he's back.
And then we brought cornerback Darryl Roberts. Darryl Roberts did get a lot of money than most people expected, but do you think the Jets will bring him to the starting role of playing this season?
I think his contract, 3 years, $18 million, tells you the Jets expect him to be the starter opposite Trumaine Johnson. And to be honest with you, he filled in great when Trumaine Johnson was out. To me, he had a better year than Trumaine Johnson, period. I think Darryl Roberts is fine. He's a fine signing. I don't know if he's ready to be a starter full time, but when he's filled in, he was better than Trumaine Johnson in my eyes last year. Trumaine Johnson was a bust last year. When Roberts filled in, he was a much bigger upgrade. So, hey, I understand their thinking. They probably watched the tape and believe this guy can be a starter, and I'm happy he's back regardless if he's not a starter and if he is a starter or he's not, because he would be tremendous depth signing, and he's a tremendous piece to our defense.
So also, yeah, as you just said, bringing Brian Poole in, Darryl Roberts, all these new guys are coming in. The Jets defense could be solid, but also the Jets also signed a couple other guys. They brought back Neville Hewitt, they brought Steve McClendon back, and Jonathan Harrison. What do you think about all these re-signings?
Well, as of right now, Jonathan Harrison is going to be not just a minimal signing. He's going to be, as it stands today, and it's Friday, it stands that he's going to be the starting center. So Adam Gase and Mike McCagnon must have loved what they saw on tape last year. And as of right now, they think he's going to be the starter until I see otherwise. So I think he's going in as a starting center. Now, when he filled in for Spencer Long, because Spencer Long was hurt and couldn't snap the ball, he did play great. To me, the offensive line got better when Long went to guard and Harrison was at center. So I don't know yet if he's capable of being a full-time center, similar to the Darryl Roberts situation. But I will say, if he's a starter or not, he's a key piece of depth to that offensive line and has experience and has good experience. So I think Adam Gase liked what he saw, and I think he's going to go into the season as a starter as it stands today on Friday.
So what do you think overall from this week, from Monday to Friday, what do you think the Jets have done, and what do you think how well they've done to work with this offseason to improve this football team?
I think as it stands today, the Jets are a much improved team. They got a playmaker they added on defense. They got a playmaker they added on offense. I think as it stands, the Jets should be a minimal of 9-10 win team. Obviously, it all depends on what the quarterback is, but from what we all think he's going to be, the Jets should be in contention to the last week to fight for a playoff spot. Anything else would be a failure, and I think the moves they made have put them in that situation. But there is still work to do. To me, we need another veteran wide receiver. We need offensive line depth. Is that going to be Josh Sitton? I don't know. To me, we need another corner. I think we need to bring in another corner for depth. I mean, if you look at our roster, we don't have depth. So we need to continue to build that depth. So I think that's going to be a big part of the rest of this offseason. I mean, the rest of this offseason is kind of winding down until the draft, but there's still a lot of guys out there that can help. I think we also need to get an edge. I mean, I would sign Justin Houston. Why not? We never have an edge guy. And if we are trying to pick one in the first round with the number 3 pick, that's great, but he's a rookie, and that's depending too much. So I'd rather have a veteran that maybe can teach the rookie and also take some pressure off the rookie. So all in all, it's an A for Mike Maccagnan. If he wants an A+, you gotta add to the team. You gotta add depth. You gotta get an edge. To me, I'd like another veteran wide receiver in case one of the starters go down. But all in all, I think Mike Maccagnan hit it out of the park. I mean, every Jets fan is ecstatic. Now, there's no excuses. We got to win 9 or 10 games next year, in my mind. What do you think?
Yeah, as you said, Mike Maccagnan hasn't had to hit a grand slam yet. It's just a home run. It's a solo home run right now. He needs to improve a little bit more. There's a lot of depth needed for almost every position on the team, and we got a lot of roster spots. Jets fans need to know that even the small signings they're supposed to come in for only depth. It doesn't mean they're going to be a starter. All these guys that we sign later on are going to be the most important, because if someone goes down, the star goes down, these guys are going to be in. So it's more importantly known that the Jets will make a lot more moves. We're not done yet, but we need to focus on getting this team back on track, and these depth signing is where teams win.
Exactly. And I'll leave you this with Jet fans. Good teams are built with these value signings, not the big splashes that everyone thinks with free agency. Good teams, a la like New England, you find value on the day 3 free agencies. Day 4, you find value of guys to fill your roster, and that helps you build the team. So the Jets got to find some value.
All right. So we're gonna be going later on, and we're going to be talking about the recent transaction from this weekend. Thanks, Brad, for coming on. We'll be right back.
Jet up.
That's the conclusion of our show. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Next episode is going to be more going into the draft. Mike, who's our LoyalNYJet fan and analyst for the draft, will be putting out his first mock draft this week. So look out for that. He's going to talk about who the Jets will get with the 3rd pick, or even trade down. Who knows? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep watching this video. We're going to have the highlight video of all the free agents we've signed. Shout out to our music producer, Chris Lavilla. He makes amazing music. Please go look at his page. All his account stuff is in our description below. And hopefully you guys like him as much as we do. Jet up, guys. We'll see you next week.
So I already know that you lying. Here we go again. Oh Lord, like here we go again. Type it all up, can't press it. Pulling up with all your